from. The road I lived on was Kentucky State Route 40, the one I lived just right off of. And you know, I had this song melody in my head for I was trying to write songs. I didn't really. I had some sort of a God-given gift for it, but I didn't know anything about writing songs. So after I moved here, and this was a big record, some famous writer pointed out to me one day and said, "Gee, it doesn't have a chorus in it, does it?" And I said, "Well, no, it don't." I didn't really understand what I was doing. I just wrote it all down, you know. And I come in. I was trying to be a CPA during the day, and boy, I was not going to be very good at that. It's a good thing the good Lord had something else for me to do, because I was going to be terrible fixing things for other people's messes. I was terrible at that. And I wrote this coming back from Hazard one night. I was still playing music 3 nights a week. I just couldn't. I wasn't very good at anything, but I really couldn't let it go. You know, I just kept on looking around at it. And I could always play and sing enough to keep them old club gigs, you know. So I came in one night out there, and there was one of them road signs right where you turned to go out where I lived. And the whole first of this song fell out on me. It fell out right around that melody I'd been singing in my head. And I came in and put it away because I was a little less than 100%, I guess you might say. And the next day when I got up, I wrote the other 2 verses to it, you know. And I had a lifelong friend that lived right up the road from me, and we was from way back in the country. And he was like, more like Carl. He was a musical prodigy when he was a kid. And his name was Ricky Skaggs, and I asked him if he would care to listen to some songs of mine. He'd come back up in there where we lived. I hated to ask him because I knew how that was then. I mean, he was working, he'd worked with J.D. Crowe, and he had a working bluegrass band of his own called Boone Creek, and he was working with Emmy Lou a pretty good bit, and some other people on the West Coast. He was a phenomenal musician and singer. And he said, "Well, yeah." I said, "Yeah, I'll listen to him." You know, I guess he didn't want to hurt my feelings. So I had some little old rough things that I made for him, you know, and he listened to them. He told me, he said, "Cordle, that's good," you know. So
when you cashed that check, you realized you didn't have to have a chorus, did it?
Well, I didn't know the difference, honestly. You know, I mean, I should have, but I really just didn't. It all fell out around that melody so much that I had enough sense to know things need choruses, but
no, it didn't.
In that case, you know, it just didn't. And
a lot of them that don't need.
He recorded a record, what was supposed to be a record on me in 1980, I guess, and this song was on it. Well, Ricky already knew how it went because he produced the record, so I played in my old rough fashion for him, and of course he made a spectacular record out of it. And in 1984, me and Wanda hadn't been married long, and he asked me if I wanted to move here. This was after the song had been a hit and everything else, you know, and I said, "Well, absolutely, I want to move back."
I said no.
So yeah, one of them wonder when this stuff ain't working.
Just kidding.
I was playing all the time, and I was playing 6 nights a week and making about $200. So Ricky helped me out with this thing. It goes like this right here. I hope some of y'all remember.
Woo! Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah.
Woo! Well, these are Highway 40 blues. I walked home from both shoes. Counting the days since I've been gone. I love to see the lights of home. Waste the time and money too. Swore to get in touch with truth, but in the end I had to lose. Lord above, they can't use. Got them Highway 40 blues. How it's gone when I was young, told me lies of things to come. Fame and fortune lies ahead, swap the billboard lights and sing. Shattered dreams, my mind is numb. My money's gone, stick out my thumb. My eyes are filled with bitter tears. Lord, I ain't but home years up in Highway 40 blues. Like a rolling stone from town to town, met pretty girls I'd have to say. Only one could make me stay. I played the music halls and bars, had fancy clothes and big fine cars, and things a country boy can't use. Dixieland to show me his shoes up in Highway 40 blues.